Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am currently getting ready to go to someone's engagement, and to be very honest, like आप लोग से क्या छुपाना, it's not going to make a difference to anyone in this world if I don't go for this engagement. But I am going for this engagement, so might as well look hot. It's actually quite disrespectful to the couple getting engaged if you don't put in effort. So out of respect for my culture, I am gonna try and look good. So now obviously I have to get ready. And then I was like, would you guys want to get ready with me? Get ready with me. And then I was like, why will they want to get ready with me? Let me at least offer something in return. So while I put on my makeup, I am going to rank the different types of guys you meet at these Indian events as a 28-year-old woman in this world. The biggest problem at Indian events, and again, I'm not talking about this event, I'm talking about in general, is that unfortunately the groom has friends. It is very irritating because the number one irritating guy at all these events is the groom's hot single friend who knows he's hot. At this point, he's gone to enough weddings where he's gotten attention, not because he's the hottest guy in the world, but because the groom usually has either committed or really unaesthetic looking friends. And then you have to obviously, like, everyone's drunk, looking hot, feeling like a love vibe because love is in the air because it's a fucking wedding. And then you go for this guy who's probably got a great body. He's, like I said, hot and single, and now he is the cockiest guy in the world because he's gone for 5 weddings, and now every wedding he pulls up like he's gonna pull another bitch. So then you can't give him attention, right? Girls, y'all can't give him attention anymore because now you're ruining him for other women because he's gotten too cocky. Because when you're in a lehenga and you're looking hot and he gives you attention, you take the attention because he's the hottest guy in the room apart from the father of the bride and groom who is paying for the wedding, which is also really hot as a concept. If you're a man watching this, nobody likes a guy that has a big ego. Number 2 is the friend organizing all the nasha, whether it's the alcohol, whether it's the cigarettes, whether it is any other paraphernalia, which I don't partake in personally. This random guy partakes in it, okay? Typically, this guy thinks because he has the lighter, he owns the room. And unfortunately, sometimes when you are drinking, that is the case. So you'll be in the smoking area and he'll be yapping your ear about something, and you have to listen because that drunk cigarette hits hard. He knows like no one would talk to him unless he had the lighter. So now he's like using it as an opportunity to flirt with you. And it's like, sir, unfortunately, I'm not interested in flirting. But now I am stuck here and I am your hostage. So whatever you say, yes, cool, babe. It's your world. We're just living in it. And then this guy has never experienced this much power in his entire life. And he doesn't know what to do with this power. So he'll be like, oh yeah, you want alcohol? Why don't you come to my room at 2 a.m. and get it? And it's like, so sorry, that's simply not gonna happen. I hope this video gets recommended on your algorithm in October, and you remember what I say about, no, you don't need to kiss a man for a lighter or alcohol, sweetie. Have some self-respect. Number 3 guy to avoid at these weddings is actually not the guy itself, it is the guy's mom. Now, this person is typically an aunt or uncle of the bride or the groom who has a son of marriageable age, and she wants a daughter-in-law. And she is essentially looking at you like you are an object that she is allowed to buy, but not before asking a bunch of questions. So, and the son is a dud. He's really actually not his fault also. He's really minding his own business. But his mom has a product that she wants to buy. And she'll always corner you on the day of the actual wedding. For some reason, I'm really scared of blush. I always overdo my blush and I don't like how it looks after. Sorry. He will come and ask you questions during the barat when you're wearing your most sanskari outfit, and then she'll ask you your are you Cindy, are you this, are you that, and then politely you have to answer the question because you don't know who this auntie is. What if she is actually an important family member to the bride and groom who are typically your friends? So you have to answer these questions normally, but you are also kind of offended because you're like, so sorry, why do you think I'm a good match for your son who is standing there and digging his nose? Rude. Now that we're getting into auntie and uncle territory, unfortunately, the next category is the uncles. See, the first night y'all are drinking everything, you're like, oh my god, these uncles are so cool, they're drinking with us. I've never had a drink with my friends' dad's friends, blah blah blah. Rookie mistake. And the first night's always amazing. Then the second night, some drunk uncle will say something misogynistic, and then you'll be like, fuck, I have made a huge mistake by becoming friends with this uncle, and I don't know how to combat it because I can't complain to my friend about her friends, about her dad's friends, but they are creeping me out. The next type of guy is your own friend. You know, the friend that's like gonna drop you home. You're like probably carpool to this event together, but because love is in the air, suddenly he thinks this is the time to confess his love to you. This is not the time to confess your love to anyone. Just relax, you know. Now I'm drunk, I'm trying to figure out a way to fucking come back home because I know that as soon as I turn to the left in the cab, my friend's gonna be like, no, we don't need this in our society as a whole. You know, I also haven't even gone to that many weddings. So why have all these experiences happened with me? Am I like a weirdo magnet? Don't answer that. My feelings will be hurt. Next type of irritating guy at weddings is the NRI friend. He's probably just flown down for like the week because it's his friend's wedding. He has been in the US since he was 16, so now he has a little bit of an accent, and he's a finance bro, really doesn't know what's going on. And then he'd be like, oh, what should I wear for the haldi? I don't have any yellow clothes. And he'd pull up in like shorts or something, and it's very jarring because it's like, so sorry, before you were 18, weren't you living in Kandivali? What's going on? But no, they don't know anything. And men in general act like they don't know what to wear for weddings. And it's like, everyone is sending you a fucking wardrobe guide. So what do you mean you don't know what to wear? Like, just a kurta and maybe like a haircut. That's all you need to do. Which brings me to the next type of irritating guy. The guy who knows too much. Like, he'll be like going up to all the aunts and uncles and be like, oh, abhi iska time nahi hai, where you have to like do 3 hula hoops. Yeah, that's a ritual in your culture. I know this because I've been to a wedding from your culture before. And he'll be like mansplaining all the cultures and be like, oh, actually you're, as a single woman, you're not supposed to wear a mang, tika and all of that. And it's like, but it goes with my outfit, so what am I supposed to do? So basically, I'm saying don't be too clueless, but also don't know too much. Basically, be me, which is honestly the point of life, is to know exactly as much as me. Because if you know more than me, you're pretentious. If you know less than me, come on, keep up. Next most irritating guy is actually my own father. Because as soon as all my friends are getting married, my dad is like, hey, sweetie, do you want to get married? And I'm like, I would love to, but to whom? And he's like, actually, that's not my problem. That is, in fact, only your problem. And that is where I am currently at life. I just have to put on my lipstick and put on my outfit. I'm wearing an Indo-Western outfit. Fuck. I really like this outfit. Y'all probably seen it before. That's not the point. The point is, I am gonna show it to y'all. I lost track of time and I'm running late now, so I'm in the oobs. I just put on these earrings and the Isharya stuff that y'all saw in the last video, along with this one, which really, this is Naina got me from Dubai, and I'll show y'all my fit. Actually, there's no way to show it flattering like this. So I'll insert a pic here, and I have literally safety pinned for the first time in my life, which means I care about my nipples not being out, which means I'm evolving as a person. I don't care about that. It's just I don't know that many people here, so they don't need to see my nipple. I like how I'm justifying that I don't want to show my nipple. Like, it makes me less of a feminine. No! Okay, thank you so much for watching. Very musty, very short, chill video. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. I mainly do vlogs on this channel, but I like to sit down and talk with you guys sometimes. If y'all have been following me for a while, y'all know that. If y'all are new here, this one's for you guys. No, it's for my OG. No. Follow me on Instagram, follow my podcast, Moment of Silence Pod. Don't follow me in real life. And remember that everybody is beautiful, especially me. Okay, bye guys.